Okay, so let's talk about the title for a second. If you get rich, act poor. That sounds backwards, right? Like, why would you work hard to make money and then pretend you don't have it? But here's what it actually means. When you have more money, you don't suddenly need to spend more money. You don't need the bigger apartment, the fancier car, the $18 salads every day. You can just keep living like you did before. And that simple choice, that one decision to not upgrade your life every time your paycheck goes up, is one of the most powerful things you can do with money. Think about it like this. You finally get a raise at work. Maybe you're making $800 more a month now. You could immediately go lease a nicer car, move to a place with a gym you'll never use, start ordering DoorDash 4 times a week. Or you could keep your same apartment, keep your same car, and just quietly save that $800. In 1 year, that's almost $10,000 you didn't have before, and nobody even noticed. That's what Act Poor really means. It means don't let your spending chase your income. My name is Praku, and I spend way too much time thinking about why money feels confusing even when people try to do the right thing. And one thing that drives me a little crazy is this idea that once you make more money, you're supposed to enjoy it. Like adults will say, you worked hard, treat yourself. And look, I'm not saying never buy anything, but there's this weird pressure to spend more just because you can. And that's not a rule, that's just a habit, and it's a habit that keeps a lot of people stuck. Here's a stat that surprised me. According to research from the OECD, around 40% of people in the US who make over $100,000 a year still live paycheck to paycheck. Let that sit for a second. 6 figures, and still running out of money every month. That's not because they're bad at math. It's because every time they made more, they spent more. New income, new rent, new car payment, new subscription boxes they forgot they signed up for. It all just scales up. Here's another one. A study from behavioral economists found that when people get a raise, they tend to increase their spending by about 50 cents for every extra dollar they make. So if you get $1,000 more a month, you'll probably start spending an extra $500 without even realizing it. It just disappears into Target runs and better coffee and slightly nicer everything. And one more. The World Bank found that in high-income countries, the feeling of financial security doesn't really go up after a certain income level, but lifestyle costs keep climbing. Meaning, people don't feel safer. They just feel busier, more stressed, more trapped by the things they bought to feel less trapped. Okay, so let's do some simple math. Let's say you make $4,000 a month after taxes. Your rent is $1,200. Your car, insurance, groceries, phone, all that, let's say another $1,500. You've got about $1,300 left over. Now let's say you get a new job. Same city, same life, but now you're making $5,500 a month. That's $1,500 more. Here's what most people do. They move to a $1,600 apartment, nicer neighborhood, better kitchen. They lease a newer car, add $300 a month. They start going out more, ordering in more, buying the name brand stuff at the grocery store. By the end of the month, that extra $1,500, gone. They're still living with about $1,300 left over, same as before. Now here's what happens if you act poor. You keep the $1,200 apartment, you keep the same car, you still buy the store brand pasta. That $1,500, you save it every month. In 1 year, that's $18,000. In 5 years, that's $90,000. And you didn't feel deprived. You didn't sacrifice anything real. You just didn't upgrade. That's the difference. It's not about being cheap. It's about not letting your life get more expensive just because it can. Here's the confusing part. We're taught that spending money is how you show success. Like, if you make good money and you're still driving a 2015 Honda, people assume something's wrong. They think you're struggling or you don't know how to enjoy life. But that's just social pressure. It's not real. There's this thing in psychology called hedonic adaptation. Basically, it means no matter what you buy, you get used to it. The new apartment feels amazing for like 2 weeks. Then it's just your apartment. The new car is exciting until it's not. You adopt. The happiness fades, but the bill, that stays. And here's the other thing. When you're surrounded by stuff you're paying for, you start to feel like you need that income. You can't take risks. You can't leave a job you hate. You can't say no to extra shifts. Because if you do, you lose the apartment, the car, the lifestyle. You've built a cage out of the things you bought to feel free. When you act poor, when you keep your costs low, even as your income grows, you're actually buying freedom. You're buying the ability to walk away, to take a month off, to switch careers, to not panic when something breaks. You might be thinking, okay, but what's the point of making money if I can't enjoy it? Fair. And look, I'm not saying live in a basement and eat ramen forever. I'm saying don't let every dollar you earn turn into a new obligation. Don't let your life get more expensive just because you can afford it. You can still enjoy things. You can still go on trips, buy nice clothes sometimes, eat good food. But if your baseline, your rent, your car, your daily habits stays stable, then those things feel like treats, not requirements. Here's how I think about it. Imagine you have 2 jars. One jar is your income. One jar is your lifestyle. Most people, when the income jar gets fuller, they pour some into the lifestyle jar to match it. Bigger apartment, nicer stuff. The jars stay balanced. But if you keep the lifestyle jar the same, the income jar just keeps filling up. And that extra space, that's your safety. That's your options. That's the thing that lets you breathe. So what do you actually do? First, when you get a raise or a new job, pretend you didn't, just for 6 months. Keep spending exactly what you were spending before. See what happens. I'm guessing nothing bad. You'll be fine. And you'll have money you didn't have before. Second, automate the difference. If you're making $1,000 more a month, set up an automatic transfer so $800 of it goes straight into savings or investments the day you get paid. You won't miss it. You'll adjust. Third, get comfortable saying no to upgrades. You don't need the bigger place just because you can afford it. You don't need the fancier car. If what you have works, let it work. And fourth, this one's important. Stop comparing. Your coworker's new Tesla doesn't mean you need one. Your friend's apartment downtown doesn't mean yours isn't good enough. Most of the pressure to spend more comes from looking around and feeling like you're falling behind. But you're not. You're just on a different path. Look, here's the truth. Money is not a scorecard. It's a tool. And the goal isn't to look rich. The goal is to feel safe, to feel like you have options, to wake up and not feel trapped by the things you own. Acting poor when you're not, that's not about deprivation. It's about protection. It's about keeping your life small enough that you can actually control it. You don't have to impress anyone. You just have to take care of yourself. And that starts with letting your money pile up quietly in the background while your life stays steady, calm, and yours.